Rob Seco, Future Farm. Today's innovations, tomorrow's solution.
We're going to talk about establishing early strength in soybeans. So, Jim, what are the factors in establishing early strength?
In order to establish early strength in soybeans, we've got to think about a couple of things. We have to have a good, uniformly spaced, and uniformly emerging stand that is also vigorous and able to do what it's supposed to do in order to build that crop and the plant to build that crop.
So let's not forget, because we're talking about springtime kind of activities, that what's really important in establishing a stand is that seed bed, and a product, biological product for residue management can make a large difference in the ability to plant and establish a stand uniformly. On our farm, we use a product called residue release. And it's particularly important when we're talking about minimum till or no-till situations.
Yeah, exactly. And so what you're really trying to do there is make sure that you get uniform seed-to-soil contact and planting depth of all those soybean seeds across the field. That allows each individual seed to have the best opportunity to emerge at the same time, and to create that vigorous plant that we really want.
So Jim, what are the things that are important to establishing a vigorous stand early?
Yeah, so to make a vigorous stand, you have to have that seed-to-soil contact with an even, uniform emergence so that that plant can really get going fast, uniformly, start to shade the row and absorb as much light as possible. That not only helps build yield in the soybeans, but it also helps you from a weed control perspective, because then you are shading the canopy, weeds can't escape, and you get the good photosynthetic area going. And really, in order to do that, you've got to have a really strong root system and excellent nodulation.
So how do we establish that root system and those nodes? What nodulation?
Yeah, there are a couple of ways to do this. So first and foremost, you have to have the right rhizobia present in the soil, either on the seed or already in the soil, in order to get nodulation. I mean, there's the symbiotic relationship between the rhizobia and the soybean plant in order to fix nitrogen from the atmosphere. What we want are the right rhizobia on the seed or with the seed in the soil to create nodulation.
So how else do we establish that vigorous root?
Other ways to establish the vigorous root in order to make the biggest plant possible is through the addition of micronutrients, as well as maybe some biologicals such as terracin, which can help provide plant growth regulators to the soybean plant when it is actively growing, so it can best take advantage of those plant growth regulators.
That's a nice bump in yield along with everything else we're doing.
Exactly, and so being able to get that vigor through terracin, through micronutrients, and through rhizobia, then to take things off through the rest of the season, is how you establish that really early season strong plant growth in soybeans.
So Jim, tell me, I mean, using a plant growth stimulant like terracin and using rhizobia, applying those to the seed, that's not really that innovative. So what's the innovation here?
Yeah, so the innovation here is actually in how these are delivered to the seed, or at seeding time or prior to seeding. And so what we're talking about here specifically is going to be the biocapsule technology.
Yeah, and you know, that comes in the form of Tune-Up Plus, in this case Tune-Up Plus soybeans. And you know, the interesting part of that, what we found is that using the Tune-Up Plus system with the biocapsules delivers 10 times the live microbes that are needed, 10 times. So you're getting you know, a lot of microbes that cause a great deal of activity once the seed is in the soil.
That's exactly right, and the live microbes are really what gets the job done, and that's what we're looking for.